I actually walk away from that game more confident in Seattle being the best team in the NFC. And I know you're going to argue with me, and I know you probably think it's the Rams, but I don't know. I mean, yes, Sam Darnold, once we saw the turnover early, it's one of those things as a quarterback. Sometimes I don't want to say ghosts because I'm not making a joke about the seeing ghosts thing, but sometimes you have demons or scars as a quarterback against particular teams. We all know kind of what happened with him and the way the season ended in Minnesota with the Rams and the 9 sacks and not having a great game. And once there was the little mishap at the beginning of this game, there's that little voice in the back of your head. It's there, and it keeps talking to you, and it really, he's got to get off to a quick start in this next game in order for them to have a chance. But he played, he turned the ball over 4 times. That's as bad as he's played all year. I watched that tape. I come out of it even more impressed with Seattle's defense after the first 2 series. They got put in a bad spot with one of those turnovers. And Seattle didn't have a hard time moving the ball. Now, did it result in a lot of points? No. Red zone defense for the Rams was great. But I'm feeling pretty good about the Seahawks, baby. What do you think, Whit?
Hey, listen, so was Richard Sherman last week. So, hey, I listened to all the banter. I mean, Sherman was like, I don't see a single place that the Rams have an advantage in this game. Here's what I would say. I mean, even in Mike McDonald's best year, the Baltimore Ravens, and they dominated as a defense. He was the defensive coordinator. We all think of that Niners team, how special they were, and that game they had against them, just absolutely shut them out. There was one team that season that scored 30 plus on them. It was Los Angeles Rams and Sean McVay. I believe that Sean is a special play caller, and I believe that he's a special football coach. So like I told you, I hear the Sam Darnold talk. Here's the reality. The Rams didn't play very good on offense either. They just didn't have the turnovers, and that's what led to the difference in this particular game.
Yeah.
But in a rematch, Sean McVay prepared, knows how you want to kind of play him. I still think we're going to see new wrinkles and different things and taking advantage of opportunities. And then on the other side of it, like I told you, yes, is there some opportunities Sam Darnold could have hit in this game? Sure. Don't have the turnovers. All right. But the reality for Seattle is, what have they not been able to do all year with much consistency? Run the football. And until you can show that you can do that, what the Rams can do, they can throw it all over you with Matthew Stafford, as they've proved all year, and Kyron Williams and Blake Corum and that offensive line and the tight ends when they get into 13 and even out of 11 with Puka, they can mash and play physical football and run the football as well. Those things aren't going away. But Seattle, to me, is going to have to get more consistent running the football, because how the Rams played them, they said, hey, you know what? A lot of times we'll just play a lot of dime, and we're just not going to respect the fact that you guys can run on us. We don't have to play big. We don't have to play heavy. And that's what Seattle's been able to do some teams this year. They get in 12 personnel. They get in a 13 personnel. They can put multiple tight ends on the field, and they actually throw the ball down the field. Well, the Rams said, hey, we're not falling for that trick. We'll stay lighter, and we'll make you prove that you can run the football on us. And I think, to me, they're going to have to answer that, and Sam's going to have hit some big shots. But I also think they're going to play a more prepared Rams offense, that Sean McVay is going to be in his bag and ready to go with how you decided you want to play them. And you're going to have to handle that too. So I think things will even out. I think it's going to be another freaking war. But I will say this, I walk out of it going, I think Seattle and LA might be the 2 best teams and the most consistent teams week in and week out right now in the NFL, period, much less just the NFC.
Yeah, I think when Seattle watches that game too, Sam Darnold can use his legs a little bit more. I think that's going to help him out. And then I think, how do we unlock Rashid Shaheed? He's new to the team. There's a couple opportunities in that game where Sam, he's looking at JSN, and for good reason. He's absolutely been on a tear all season long, but as you've seen in single high, sometimes that safety starts to tilt over to JSN. Shaheed's the kind of dude, and there's one play in particular I'm thinking where he ran this high-angle corner route, and it was the play that looked like a fumble, but Sam threw it, somebody hit his arm, ended up trickling down. It was an incompletion. Plays like that, if he can get on the same page with Rashid Shaheed and look at him as the number one, knowing that play is going to be it, and hit it down the field, that's going to unlock a new level in this offense. The other thing that's funny to me, and we've talked about this just covering them the last few years with Kenneth Walker, he's such a mystery because he's explosive. He's one of the better athletes in the NFL when he has the ball in his hand and it's right, and he made some big plays in that game, but I gotta imagine it's just maddening coaching him. There's a reason that he's not getting the ball on every play, that he's not an every down back, that he's not their go-to guy. I think he struggles with his vision at times, with his patience. He's got a lot of negative yard runs, sometimes even struggles in taking a handoff, some of the fundamentals of the game. And so whenever I watch him play, you're like, how do we not get this guy more touches? But there is a frustration there, I think, on the coaching level of just those basic fundamentals and things he's not able to do. Now, he had a touchdown called back too. That would have changed the game. Cheaters. You had the refs on your side, Whit.
Oh, yeah.
What about that? What about that jacket that you're sporting there? What is that? I didn't get one.
Oh, they gave me this. That you didn't get one. Oh, I went to the game and they had it for me in my seat. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll have to call Kev. We'll call Uncle Kev.
Yeah. Hey, Demoff, where's my jacket?
I'm sure he'll be excited about that. Yeah, Fitz. Hey, the other one, dude. Your boy, Gilbert, Arizona, Brock Purdy, back.
Dude, how about it?
Dude, balling. The toe is feeling better.
So, like, the whole Mac Jones thing, it's been awesome. It's been admirable. He's played great. It's been fun. But this is Brock Purdy's team. And
I think that's over now.
I think I'm glad, but I'm glad that he came out and had a good game, because it would have been silly for him to come out to throw for 50%, for them to squeak by and barely beat the Cardinals. Like, we put that whole thing to bed. Brock Purdy is running this offense as efficient as anybody has ever run this offense in Kyle Shanahan's history. It was fun to watch, and I don't know how they keep doing it on defense, Whit. I mean, they play hard, they rally to the ball. They're a lot of fun to watch. All right, I got one more thing, and I'm going to need your help on this one, too, because you're best friends with Roger Goodell. I mean, we did the interview with him, and you sat in his chair the whole time, for crying out loud. We in the NFL have a problem, and it is not the tush push. We need to adopt a different rule, okay?
Okay.
I don't know if you were watching the Bills game, but Josh Allen, 3rd and 16, he's running like a wild man down the field. And at this point, he's like in full psycho Josh mode. And at the corner of his eye, he sees Ty Johnson on the sideline. So he pumps at him. He keeps running. He gets Levante David to commit, and he throws it to the sideline to Ty Johnson, who then runs for another 15 yards. This is like a 25, 30-yard gain, first down. The problem is, and I learned this the hard way, because when I was on Tampa, I had a very similar play. I threw it to Adam Humphries on the sideline. In my mind, I'm thinking there's no way in hell that was a forward pass. The stupid law of conservation of motion. You could be running downfield, Whit.
Okay.
At full speed. You could throw the ball behind you over the top of your head, and it could still be considered a forward pass by the way of the rule and the letter of the law in the NFL right now, which makes no sense to me, because it would land in front of where it was released. Okay. So what do we need to do? There is a rule in rugby. It's very simple.
Okay.
We need to encourage the laterals. So essentially, let's see, the rule in rugby, I wrote it down here.
Does it have to do with conservation of or what would you say that word was?
No. The law of conservation of motion. No.
Conservation of motion?
So,
no. Okay.
The rule in rugby is very simple. It is the ball needs to be traveling backwards at the time that it was released. That's it.
Oh.
And so we've seen some cool plays with Travis Kelce, but it's like, why in the NFL, why do we not want to see more of those plays? There's a huge risk-reward element to it. There's an excitement element to it that's going to add to the game. Like, why can't we change that? Because that was a cool play in the game. He threw it backwards, yes, but his forward momentum moved the ball forward. It ended up being a forward pass. It left his hand backwards. Let's change the rule, Roger. I would love it. It seems like a no-brainer to me. It would add excitement to the game.
All right.
Right?
I'm going to text him right now. Roger, Fitz has a problem with conservation of motion.
I got a problem.
With conservation of motion. I want to implement a conservation of motion law.
That could lead to some other difficult conversations. I don't know. But yeah.
You think that's not the lead in?
It's just lame, because it's a really cool play. And I agree. It was a backward pass, but yes, the forward momentum of Josh made it a forwards pass. Annoying, I think.